Hi, welcome back to my channel. Oh wait, let me do a Jeffree Star version, okay, you ready? Hi, welcome back to my channel. What am I holding? What is this? Well, this is called a caliper, and it rules. Please don't delete me. Oh my God, we're talking about rulers today. Stickers, rulers, thread, the whole thing. Let's go. Meet Janie. Janie is our client today. She has come in with her horribly uneven brows. One is much heavier than the other, sparse brow, which even has a hole in the arch. Add a whole backstory. Okay. So first I'm using this surgical marker, which has its own ruler on the front. And Victoria, what the hell are you doing? Pull it together. Okay, so obviously I marked the center real quick. Yep. Okay, now mark the fronts and make sure that they are an even amount of distance away from the center. They are wonderful. Okay. So you can see that I can kind of use the surgical marker as a straight edge to draw the lines from, front to front. I could even go here along front through the arch, making a straight line once I find that hash mark. And so I've noticed that it's 4 on this side. So it should be 4 on this side, defining that arch that she's missing. Okay, you get the picture. Moving on. This next guy's my favorite. Hang on. The caliper. Hey, what up, the caliper? I like the caliper because it makes me feel like a doctor. I like to secretly call myself Dr. Dubrows. Dr. Dubrow, what up? I am your female counterpart in permanent cosmetics. So, Dr. Dubrow, how does this work? Well, pull this thing all the way out, and now, bam, you have a straight edge. So I can use this from the outside of the nose all the way up near the canthus, just to create the line where ideally that brow would begin. Oh, I am so sorry, Janie. Look at how I drew your brows. But that's why you've come to me. Okay, that was corny. So you can see it's not quite as effective because obviously the forehead, the face is round, the cranium is round. So it's not quite as effective as a straight edge, but you can still use it from front to front to draw your little box up front for measurements. Wow, get it together, Vic. All right, and then comes the actual measuring. So we use the true caliper for the actual measurements. Let me show you a cool little trick. Pulling this out, you can use your grease pencil to actually kind of coat the inside of this caliper. And this is a really foolproof way to get a nice straight edge. So check this out. Look. Bam. Straight edge. So I could actually put the left on center and then open it up to the measurement to the front of the brow and draw it up on both sides. Bam. Now I know they're even. I can also, of course, since it is a ruler that just slides so easily, measure and make sure that the full length all the way to the arch, and then from the arch all the way to the tail is the same on both sides. Well, I'll be damned, Janie. I cannot believe that your tails are the same. All right. Moving on. We're going to be using a surgical ruler. This says sterile, but obviously it is not. I'm, just using this for practice. Some of these come in sticker form. This one is not. This one is just regular construction paper, kind of. I don't know what it's actually made out of, but it's definitely not a sticker. Very good for straight edge ruling. But it also measures in centimeters and in inches, which is wonderful. So you can see, pretty easy to use, very user-friendly, very easy to measure with. Making all the same measurements, just noting how far from the front of the brow to the arch this brow goes. And then doing the exact same measurement on the other side, just to be sure. How much easier can it get, right? Well, as it turns out, it can get just a little bit easier. So this ruler is a sticker. This is a Daria Chupri's sticker. You just peel it off. It has the ruler right there on it with the line for center. I'm going to go ahead and place that line right up the center of the brow, and this top line underneath the 0 here marks the top of the brow. Once I do that, it's all gravy, baby. It's got the measurements for me right there. It's got a nice straight edge cut out for the perfect brow shape, including the arch, all the way down for the tail. And I can go ahead and use these exact same measurements, marking the arch on the other side of the brow in duplicate. So, wow, this is incredibly simple. Now, the issue that you could run into here is that not everyone's brow is going to perfectly fit within this mold. If you are trying to balance brows, maybe one's higher than the other, that could become difficult. All right, and finally we have our very last product that we'll be showcasing today, which is another sticker. This is the Neezy Baby in Bay. This sticker actually has the bottom of the brow included as well. It's actually more of a stencil, but it's got the measurements to make sure that you're doing things perfectly even. So again, we line up with the center. We have lines for the top of the brow. Go ahead and line those up perfectly. Well, kind of relatively perfectly, I guess, considering the tape doesn't really stick on the mannequin, and I drew this myself, but whatever. So I go ahead and I stencil this on, making sure that it works for the brow on my client. This is arguably the better brow. Alright, and then just taking these measurements into account, I would do the same on the other side in duplicate. There you have it. Lots of options, lots and lots of options. I'm just going to go ahead and firm up these lines for you so you can really see the shape. Personally, I don't like the shape bay for Janie here. But if that's what the client likes, man. Alright, I'm done fooling around with you guys. Listen, you have lots of options when it comes to shaping brows and learning how to properly measure. You have lots of implements that can help you, these little cheats, and especially for your kind of more neurotic clients who say like, oh my gosh, is this 1 millimeter closer than this one? That kind of thing. These measurements, especially that caliper, that is going to help you so much, I'm telling you. All right, Dr. Do Brows out.